right? And okay, here he is. Oh my God, like a super professional studio, I would say. Yeah, like everything equipped, everything is super set for the presentation. So how are you guys? Now the next speaker is honestly like if I start reading to you all his career profile, we're gonna sit here until midnight for sure, guys, because amount of achievements this person has is incredible. And Mr. Bhautik Sheth is a digital marketing trainer and consultant. So that means, of course, huge experience in all these industries and high amount of professionalism. And I'm sure there are people who are following him on all social media. So we've been looking forward to have you here with us. So Mr. Bhautik, the microphone is finally yours. Please go ahead. Okay, yeah, we already have your fans over here. Hi, Bhautik, sir.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much, Team Serpzilla. And yeah, Navneet and Pranav, it was wonderful to listen to you guys. So the responsibility is on me to take you through the last session, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so let me share. Yeah, thank you so much. Now, before I proceed with my topic that I'm going to talk on EEAT and the little bit of the role of the chat GPT, how you can combine both the things. I'm not going to take more than 20 minutes. So at 4:55, I'm going to stop my presentation. And the last 4 to 5 minutes would be for you guys. But I wanted to answer the question that SEO Kumar has asked, that so many Indian clients, they spend a very little budget, right, in SEO. So somewhere of 5,000 per month, 7,000 per month, 8,000 per month. So how to invest in the paid backlinks? Well, so you shouldn't, right? You shouldn't. You have to be very clear about your servicing, and you just need to make sure that SEO is something that is free as per the theory of the Google, but it is actually not free. Even we have to invest a lot of money for our clients, and not only in generating the backlinks, but also, like to create the content and investing in the tools. So this is a very straightforward answer that you need to tell to your client, that if you really want to spend only 5,000 rupees, don't even spend that, you keep it with you. I think he'll understand one day, and he'll come back to you and he'll pay to you what you are going to ask as a service charge. Okay, so guys, I started my journey, as Julia was asking that what faculty I belong to. So basically I belong to the faculty of search marketing altogether. It was 2008. I started my hands on Google AdWords then, and along with that, search engine optimization. One of my very good friends, he started learning search engine optimization back in 2003-04 here in Gujarat. And that was the time, 20 years back, nobody was talking about SEO. But fortunately, somebody along with me who has started his career in SEO, and since then, I started understanding a little bit of SEO, but till 2008, I was not involved a lot. But since then, I'm into it. I'm not only into it, but I run an agency. We are a team of 20 people, and out of this 20, there are 6 people working with me who are only managing search engine optimization projects. So we are, at the time, we are managing more than 17 SEO projects, and we love SEO. And that is the reason I'm here. And not only that, I involve myself a lot because I believe that SEO is something that that you need to put so much into it. A lot of thought process you need to put when it comes to the content. And that was the reason that you cannot say the latest, but very recent update that not many newcomers would be knowing. And I thought, why not to talk on that in a very simple language? So this is about EEAT, and it was EEAT previously. Now it is EEAT. So I don't know how many of you know, but Google has this thing called EEAT previously. There was expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So this was used by Google for last so many years, not as a direct ranking factor, but you can say it was a very important factor. It was something that was, sensitizing the search raters in the algorithm. And till the date, it was considered to be a very impactful and very important parameter if you are a content marketer, or if you are somebody who writes content for the website, or somebody who is doing all this activity of generating the backlinks by producing the content. So EAT was something that was very important. But as I said, lately Google has introduced or added one more E to existing EAT, and that is called experience. So you can say now the search raters, they are getting the signal for EEAT, that is experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So altogether, these four different parameters, these four different things as a signal, they aim to amplify the reputation of the website on the internet rather. So this is something that is very important for all the SEO people down there, because even in one of the slides, Pranav was mentioning about EEAT as well. So you can see that all the industry leaders will definitely focus on this. So guys, this is something that you must focus on, even if you are the newcomer in the industry, even if you are not a pro of SEO, but you like SEO a lot, or somebody who is into the content writing field, you are not a SEO person, but you are just a content writer or content marketer, I think this is also for you to focus on. What Google says, this is what Google says, that trust is the most critical component of EAT. So it is all about the trust, because the untrustworthiness pages, they have the very low EEAT signal. It doesn't matter how experienced, how expert, or how authoritative your content may seem. And that is the reason that the extra E was added lately, because the search raters were not perfectly aligned between these previous three parameters, E, A, and T. The previous three parameters, the previous three signals were not appropriate, because it was more important to generate the trust. So altogether, now this four, E, E, A, and T, it is more important, because altogether your experience is important if your content is trustworthy, your expertise is important, again, if your content is trustworthy, and your authoritativeness is also important if your content is trustworthy. So trust is very important. And you know what? You might be seeing so many different KPIs, so many different matrices that we talk a lot, but we never think very deep to it. For an example, when you talk about the session time, if somebody is coming to your website and they're staying on your website for very little time period, we normally assume that maybe my website would be taking a lot of time to load, and that is the reason people are leaving the website. No, if that was the reason, you could see to the bounce rate. But if you are seeing that people are coming to your website, but they are not spending so much time on your website, you have to consider three important reasons for it. Number one, maybe they are not able to navigate to the page where they actually want to go. So you need to focus on the navigation part, how well you have navigated. Second, your user interface is not able to connect with the liking and overall behavior of your user. So you need to focus on your user interface. And number three, and very important, even if they're coming to your website, they're going through the content, your content is not able to generate that trust factor. And when your content is not able to generate the trust factor, there's a higher chance for the people to leave your website. So consider it like that. You are going to a shop to buy something for your home. You are entering the shop and you are just seeing around. And if somebody is coming to attend you and you ask the question related to the product, and when the person start explaining about the availability of the different brands and the products, if you feel that the person is not trustworthy, he may cheat on you, he may get more money by providing you a kind of, very local brand kind of product, then you prefer to leave the space, leave the shop. You'll not like to stay over there. This is the same thing happens, and hence trust became very important along with your new signal, that is experience. And this is again the example, a very simple example that Google is providing. You can read the same example rather than finding the new example. So what Google says, the content creator lacks adequate experience. So how Google sees that, do you have an experience or not? So when you write the content, when they go through the website, the crawler go through the website, when the search signals, they understand, they try to read your content, they check the experience factor. And what is the example for that? It's a very simple example, like a restaurant review written by someone who has never eaten at the restaurant. Now here comes the important role of you might be seeing that so many people, they ask to so many, the friends and the family members and the relatives to write down the fake Google reviews on Google My Business profile. Yeah, there is no direct connectivity between the review and the search ranking. We all know that. But can't it be used as a signal? Well, it can be. So that is another thing, that when you're talking about your business, you want the real people to come and share their experiences. And this is one of the reasons that UGC plays a very important role on your website, specifically for the e-commerce companies. You see why Amazon pushes you by sending you mails continuously and asking for the review for the product that you have recently bought. They want you to come write a genuine review along with the pictures and the videos of the product that you have bought. This is the experience. You are somebody who have experienced the product. You are somebody who is writing about the product, and that experience is going to give a lot of trust to the new people who are going to come to the website. Now, these are the people who will come into your website, they scroll down, they read the experiences, they read the review, and then they can decide whether to buy or not. But in the process of doing all these things, ultimately they're staying on your website for a longer period of time. So that is the reason why experience has been added to this EAT. So what is the meaning of expertise? How the content creator lacks the expertise? See the example. An article about how to skydive written by someone with no expertise in the subject. So this is again, you need to make sure that the content that is available on the website is been written by somebody who is already expert in that subject. Like now, what normally the companies do, what normally the businesses do, they ask so many content writers to write about. Now, they are not the people, they do not have the technical knowledge about the subject. They do not understand the domain itself. So you can imagine that a commerce graduate is writing a website content for the hospital, right? So how he or she can write? He or she can go and read other websites content, and on the basis of that, he or she may write. So the search signals are very strong, and thanks to the updated and continuously and constantly upgraded AI algorithm systems of Google-like search engines, that it also understands your expertise level. The third is related to the authoritativeness. So how website or content creator is not authoritative that Google can identify or algorithm can identify. So see the example, the tax or GST form or any income tax form you are downloading on the cooking website. Now this is not going to help. All these years from last maybe 17, 18 years, I have talked a lot about the relevancy between two websites, number one, and relevancy of the content along with the business. Right? So when you are talking a lot about generating the backlink is fine if your website is getting the backlink from the relevant website. Although there's high DA, high PA, we talk about everything. But can we keep the basics in the text? We have to follow the basics. So here also you have to follow the basics. What is the basic? You need to make sure that the kind of content that you are putting on the website, even in form of the case studies or the blogs, it should be connecting with the actual theme, actual business for what you have created the website. Then only you can say that there is an authority of the content as well. And what about the trustworthy? You can see the example, a shopping page with minimal customer service information. It happens. So guys, I was going through this website called IKEA. IKEA is now available in India. And at the same time, you go and check the product available on Amazon. You can see a vast difference. IKEA is a very lean website where you are not finding a lot of content, not lot of information. But when you go on Amazon, you feel that there's abundance information available. Similarly, if you go to so many other websites, people afraid to put this review option over there because they don't have the trust in their own products. They are scared that what if people are going to come and they are going to write bad about my product? And this is one of the reasons. And that is the reason when you implement the schema on the website for the e-commerce, obviously the product schema, one of the very important factors even in the product schema is review and rating. If you are going to try to remove that part from your schema when you want to upload, you will see the warning. So it is not going to work. And this is another way that Google is trying to show to us that even if you are implementing the schema, the review and rating are very important. And same review and rating are also going to generate the trust among the people when they are going to come to your web page. So how do you create these EEAT signals in the content? So guys, this is a list that you can focus on. If you talk about the experience, I think you need to focus on the team, the people who are working in your company. So please give a space to the people who are working in your company. And this is most of the business. They do not like to show their top management team or the middle management team, but you need to show the people who are working with you and along with their experience in terms of the years. Both the things you need to put on the website. Apart from the website, you can use the forums and the social media, because again, in the social media, when you write the content, something related to, for an example, what if I'm going to write something on SEO, about SEO, I'm going to write it on LinkedIn, I'm going to write it on Twitter, and what all the people who have joined today, along with the industry stalwarts like Pranav and Navneet, and obviously Nick and Yulia, they are going to join the party by commenting to that. So you don't believe, you don't just assume rather that the search engines are not going to take this signal as well. Yes, they are going to take this signals as well. So that is how you can show your experience with your industry and business. When you talk about the expertise, you need to put a lot of emphasis on the content on the website, like skills, industry thought leadership. These are two very important factors that I think you can focus when you want to execute your skills or how you are different than your counterparts, the other businesses. That is how you can show your expertise. Authority or authoritativeness, you need to focus on the recognitions and the different kind of downloadables. Let people come on your website, create some free learning resources, ask them to download, just focus on increasing the number of downloadable ebooks or any other video content or something like that. It will show that when people are looking for XYZ, like SEO, for an example, they are coming to your website to download. And this again sends a very strong signal. And fine, the very important trust, as I said, review, testimonial, and user-generated content on your website. Yes, you can also focus on the UGC, and hence, it is very important to write quality blogs on your corporate website. Please don't go away from writing the blogs on your website. People may say that who reads? Everybody watches the video. Let them read, let them watch the video, but there are people. So again, don't go for the numbers, the quantity, rather focus on the quality of the users who would like to search, who would like to read about their questions, the kind of query that they are focusing on. So I'll suggest you to write some good blogs and just try to get users to put their comment as a UGC along with your blog. I think that can also create that very strong trust signal. I'm not going to read everything, guys. I'm not going to explain to this everything, but yeah, I can definitely say this is something that the content self-audit, you can do this self-audit. And again, Google has suggested this self-audit. So very briefly, if I can say, you just need to put that check mark in the checklist, and you just need to make sure that whether your content provides the original information, research, analysis. You just need to make sure that the main heading of the web page, the title, whether it's the descriptive, does it provide the helpful summary of the content or not. Just need to make sure that heading of the page or title shouldn't be exaggerating, and you have to make sure that your content should provide some substantial value when it is compared to other pages in the search results. So this is something that you need to do it by yourself manually. And I think when you do, you'll find a lot of loopholes, a lot of gap within your own website and within your own web pages. So please do it by yourself. Okay, now in the last 5 minutes, I know that I shouldn't talk about ChatGPT, but I just thought that why not? Yes, I agree to what Pranav said earlier, that don't use directly the ChatGPT to create the content, but you can absolutely take the help and support of the ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is something, and not only ChatGPT, but in altogether, all the AI tools, they show you the direction. So what we do in our company, we use all these tools and we use ChatGPT, and we know that even if it is going to become paid, obviously it is going to become paid, we are going to subscribe to it because it shows us the direction. You know, guys, when you work on so many projects of SEO, just imagine a single person is working on 3 to 4 different projects, or maybe 4 to 5 projects. You also have your own limitations. You also have your limitations when you think about the content. So why not to use ChatGPT to give you an idea? So I think you can use ChatGPT and then connect EEAT along with that, and just allow Google crawler to help you to create a very strong signal for that. So is the impact will good or bad? Well, I believe that if you are not control seeing and control viewing, it is obviously good. It will help you a lot with your SEO writing skills, will improve slowly and steadily. If you feel that because of this, the content writer's job will be in danger, no, it is not going to be happen, because as we all know, the humans are going to be there and machines are never going to replace the humans, even in the field of SEO. As we know that all these tools that we are subscribing to, Href and SEMrush and maybe Serpzilla and all that, we use it to understand a lot, but at the end of the day, we use our own brain and the knowledge. So ChatGPT is not different than that. So you just need to make sure that you have to focus a lot. You don't need to cut budget on your content creation and content generation. You have to put a different budget for that. And if you're not going to use it, it can prove boomerang to you, and hence you have to be very cautious about it. So this is a list of what kind of SEO content you require to influence the EEAT. So web pages draft, when you create the content writing, you do the content writing, just create, you focus on the draft initially and just check to it that whether it is fulfilling all the 4 signals of EEAT or not. As I said, focus on the quality blogs, put some quality case studies. I think case studies and the use cases are going to be very helpful to generate the trust factor. Yes, meta description. Yes, it also plays a very vital role. Don't ignore that. The outreaching content, the guest blogging and all that, don't take it very lightly. Only by spending money, and you are not going to get the result that you want for the longer period of time. Even you have to be very cautious when you are doing the guest blogging, and just make sure that your content is fulfilling all the 4 parameters. Product description, if you are into e-commerce segment and UGC, as I said it earlier, you should have something on your website that can generate UGC. How you can distribute the content, what should be the channel? Go to Reddit and Quora. This we use a lot. Go to Medium. That is also a very important platform where you can show your expertise and authoritativeness outside your website. Pinterest, we put a lot of focus on Pinterest along with YouTube. So these are the 2 important social networking sites that we use a lot. Pinterest, even if you are not doing social media marketing for any client, you should use Pinterest for the purpose of SEO. And guys, just make sure that ALT text in the Pinterest is very crucial. Please focus on that. Guest posting sites and your PR sites. So these are different distribution channels you can use to distribute your content. And how you can get the best? Well, as again Pranav said, create a very well researched keyword pool. And this keyword you don't need to stuff. There's again the very basic thing in the SEO that everybody has learned in the initial year. So the same thing, use the keywords smartly. You have to define the skeleton of the content. You need to define the specific long tail queries to ask the ChatGPT. Yeah, that is again very important, that how you use the ChatGPT, because if you know how to use ChatGPT, then only you can get the kind of content that is going to be relevant to your requirement. You have to apply the LSI and EEAT in the generated draft by the AI tool as well. So yes, don't forget to use the LSI tool, because LSI is also going to not only going to help you to stay within your requirement, but it will cover a lot many things related to the topic itself rather than focusing on certain keywords. And to conclude, right, is a very simple conclusion for related to content. Create people first content and avoid search engine first content. Don't try to impress the crawlers, try to impress your users and the visitors. Thank you so much for listening very patiently. These are the social media handles. If any of you want to connect lately, if you want to ask me any questions, you have the email ID, you have my company phone number, not my phone number. And yeah, you can have all the social media tools. I'm not available on Tinder. Otherwise, you can find me everywhere. Thank you so much for listening.
Did I hear it right? You said you're not available on Tinder.
Yeah, I'm married.
For a second, I thought, oh, maybe it's me who is thinking about these things. But then, okay, it was not, it was right. Okay. Okay, that's a very nice one. I should remember this for my... I see so many grateful words for your information. And I also see some questions, but without question marks sometimes. So shall we address them quickly also? And then, guys, we are going to announce the winners of the quiz. So, but then first, let's take a couple of questions, right? Like, just to make sure that everyone is happy and they leave with all the information. But this question, I'm not sure if you have replied, how the traffic can know the content writer is a doctor. That was somewhere in the middle of your...
Well, so what I understand is it all about the way you structure your content. So SEO Kumar, this is a very simple thing. You need to, as a content writer, it depends on how you structure your content. So if you are a mechanical engineer and if you want to write something about the machine, you are the only person who can structure the content. But the same mechanical engineer as a content writer cannot structure the content for a blog post on IVF, right? So yes, Google understands so many things, and that is the power of AI that maybe we all have forgotten. We all are not focusing a lot on that. These are the silent thing that algorithm does to our content. So that is the reason. Now this is not the time that we only need to focus on the content writers. We also need to focus on the technical writers. So this is another thing that what we do, we hire the technical writers, and then that piece of content goes to the SEO content writer just to make some changes as per the requirement of the SEO.
Okay, great. And here we go. Okay, I can't see. SEO Kumar is like the leader of all the questions, asking questions on behalf of everyone.
So yeah, I'm reading his question, and I believe that if you are handling a pharmacy company, if not a doctor, somebody who understands about the pharmacy, somebody who understands about the components, the chemical components, then only you can write the piece of content that is generic as well as technical. So this is my suggestion to you. You should go for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is, I'm not sure if it's a question. I have write content through ChatGPT.
This is sharing the experience, Vivek.
Oh, that's his experience. Okay. All right, so guys, last second for you to ask your question, or we're just going to quickly jump into the announcing part of the winner. And I wanted to say a huge thank you to you, Bhautik sir, because honestly, even by the end, even I was making screenshots when you were talking about like making sure your content is on Pinterest, and I'm like, Pinterest, really? And from that point, I like I told you, I'm not an SEO person, but even I realized that, oh, okay, that sounds something that even I, as a person who does webinars or maybe willing to promote myself as a personal brand in the future, even I realized that, okay, these are some tips that anyone can use for sure. So thank you for that. SEO Kumar said that actually my name is Anup Kumar. All right,
Anup,
Mr. SEO Anup Kumar, you got
just a small suggestion. Along with your SEO skills and the knowledge, I think you should also focus on your personal branding. Just imagine a very beautiful lady is talking your name but fake name. Just imagine if the same beautiful lady was talking your name, the right name, and that was the personal branding. So Anup, next time, please use your correct name. You are definitely going to get a lot of eyeballs with your profile on social media.
Okay, some cool comments. All right. I see a couple of two questions more from Amisha, which says your views on Web 3.0.
I think Amisha, it's too early, and we have already seen in the last year that so many people jumped on into it, and still it's too early to speak anything about. So I think just give a little bit more time. You have to be, if not an expert, you have to be good enough on Web 2.0 before you jump onto Web 3.0. See, world is not going to change overnight, even on the internet. So just don't overthink on it.
That's again a kind of advice which can be given to every person, and especially I can apply to
I think
myself. Don't
Jagadat has
overthink.
a question.
Don't
Jagadat has a
overthink.
Don't overthink.
Okay, I think let's take this last one. Oh my God, there are so many more, but let's make it this one. Bhautik sir, how much time it would take for a niche site like mobile astrophotography to rank?
So I think Jagarat, if you're talking about the mobile application, you need to focus on ASO rather than SEO. So see, there is nothing like niche. If it is astrophotography, it's something that is related to trigeminal neuralgia. That is one of the disease that there's so many things that you can put in the category of niche. But the basics remains the same. If you are focusing on application, number one, go for the Google Ads, spend money, let people install that. Number two, go and ask for people to write the reviews, very good reviews for your application. Number three, just focus on creating a very easy to understand, but yet keyword enriched description in the Play Store. And number four, when you upload the banners, just focus that the banners should be something that be easy for people to understand. And I think these are four only reasons or things that you can use for ASO.
Nice. All right, guys, a lot of more questions, and I'm sure, why don't you, I'm sure like Bhautik sir, you'll get bombarded on LinkedIn. Be ready to spend your weekend replying on the questions. I guess let's go ahead, guys.